burn its way through the clouds. It's a good day for baseball, though. It'll be a high sky for the outfielders. Maybe an adventure or two defensively as the Nats and the Braves wrap up this 3-game series. Nationals, by the way, have won 5 of their last 9 here at their own ballpark. And here's the Atlanta lineup. It's presented by Southwest.com. Martin Prado is red hot. He's batting second. He's on a 5-game hitting streak, 11 for 22, and he's 4 for 10, having scored 4 runs in this series so far. Chipper Jones in there today. He's got a great career mark against Scott Olson. More on that in a little bit as Olson takes the mound for the 10th time this year, Rob Dibble.
Yes, Scotty Olson did a great job in his first start coming off the disabled list. And he gets the nod against Derek Lowe, so he'll hopefully be up for the task. Let me give you the PNC Bank scouting report on Scotty. He has done very well before the All-Star break career-wise. 18 and 15 is that career mark. Back-to-back. Last time he backed up John Lannon, he threw that super game, 7 innings, 2 runs, 7 Ks, no walks. And Chipper always sends a limo for Mr. Olson. Lifetime hitting .565, 13 for 23, couple of homers, 13 driven in. So Chipper loves to face Scott Olson.
Nationals defensively, fewer errors now than the Arizona Diamondbacks again. The Nationals have played pretty solid defense lately. Niger Morgan's presence in center field gives Manny the consistency out there he's been looking for. Ronnie Belliard gets a start at second base after his pinch hit led to the game-winning rally yesterday. And Josh Bard is healthy again. He's back behind the plate. How about Adam Dunn, number 300 yesterday? I felt so good for Adam when the Nats came back to win the game, because it would have been an okay day for Adam, but it became a great day when he got that home run. Then his teammates, and of course he had another RBI, came back and won that game.
123rd player, lifetime with 300 home runs.
Not too many have done it at his age.
13.
We are underway at 137.
13, Bob, before the age of 30. That's pretty good.
Pretty impressive.
Yep.
70 degrees under cloudy skies today. Olson gets an inside corner strike to Nate McLouth. McLouth 271 for the Braves in this series. He's 3 for 9 with an RBI, counting his time in Pittsburgh, 261. High in the air, left field, Adam Dunn. This is a day when you want to flip down those glasses. It's what we call a high sky. That ball can disappear into that opaque sky. Here's our game notes. Nats, when they score 5 or more, have won 8 and lost only 3 lately. The Atlanta starters have the lowest ERA in the majors now over the last 2.5 weeks. And the Nats, interesting, leading off an inning, 291. That might be good news for Niger Morgan coming up, still seeking his first Washington base hit. Here's the aforementioned red hot Martin Prado, batting .312 overall. He can play second base. They moved her around a little bit, played first yesterday. Prado is 25 years of age, from Venezuela, and he jacks that one to the wall and left. It'll one hop. Adam Dunn will pick it up, and it'll be a double for Prado. He's now 5 of 11 in this series, and a 6-game hitting streak has him 12 for his last 23.
Well, he's going to get this pitch up and in on Prado, and Prado just kind of tucks his hands in and pulls this down the line. And when you're that hot, you're seeing the ball, and it looks like a beach ball to you. So he's going to have to maybe pound him a little farther in and then go away with some changeups.
So in this series, 5 for 11, and he scored 4 runs. When you have a hitter who owns a pitcher like this matchup, Rob, do managers ever consider walking a guy in the first inning?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then if you do put Chipper on, you get the force play. It's a double play with McCann, the lefty, coming up behind Chipper.
The Nats pitched to Chipper Jones yesterday in the 6th inning with 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. He made them pay on a 2-0 pitch with a base hit up the middle.
That's just unbelievable.
2-0. And I would think Bobby Cox has the green light blazing here. Bobby Cox is known for only giving certain players that green light. In the Atlanta dugout, they call it the privilege. Four-pitch walk, and I can't blame Scott Olson for that.
No, not with a lefty on deck and a slow running lefty at that. Let's break him down a little bit with the Exmo. Here's Scotty's delivery. You see him break the hands, get the arms up at the same time, get over that front leg.
Sporting the long sleeves on this muggy afternoon when it's not that hot, only 70 degrees, but I would imagine the humidity is just about as high as the temperature or higher. And that's out of play to the left side off McCann, who has hit into 7 double plays this year. Talked to Steve McCaddy this morning. He was really enjoying those 4 double play balls John Lannon threw yesterday. And he said he thought Lannon had a good purpose on the mound. He was in some hot water from time to time, but he always made that big pitch to get himself out of it, with the exception of a couple of run scoring singles. But he kept the game reasonable. Well hit right field. Willingham right there. And that's exactly what McCann did in the 9th inning yesterday when he pinch hit and lined out right at Willingham for the second out. Righty walking in, Escobar next.
See the Northrop Grumman. Where did he put that pitch? Well, it's a breaking ball that got too much of the plate. McCann stung it right at Willingham. Sometimes you hit those atom balls and they're just outs.
And if that ball is 1 or 2 inches further toward the middle of the plate, it's probably 3-0. Northrop Grumman, of course, is the information systems powerhouse. Escobar 2 for 5, 3 walks in the series. Tied zone by Tony Randazzo so far.
No, Will Nieves wanted that pitch a little bit lower too. He was pounding the ground. Keep it down.
This ball slicing right field corner. I don't know what you. Escobar hitting at .296 with runners in scoring position, .417. Second best in the league to Hanley Ramirez. Ooh, he was jumping all over that.
Well, he challenged him with a fastball and wow. Fouled it straight back. Let's see what the camera has to say from home plate.
Whoa, going.
I wonder if the cameraman ducked.
The camera operator still had the presence of mind to pan down and get that ball on the ground. That's pretty good. Nice going, Kurt.
I think it's a robotic camera, isn't it?
Yeah. But he'll work it with a joystick, and that's maybe the most expensive video game in our nation's capital today. There's an all-star coming up. More on that in a moment.
Bottom of the first inning. Some great news to tell you about. Ryan Zimmerman was named to the National League All-Star game. He will represent the Nationals in fine fashion. And before the game, I talked to Nick Johnson, and he said that if Ryan were to be named, it would be such an honor for him. He works so hard. Ryan, of course, having a Nationals record season, 43 games on base streak and a 30-game hit streak are the longest in Major League Baseball this season. And coming into the game, he's also among league leaders with 55 runs. He's tied for third, and 94 hits. He's seventh in that category. He's got a .295 batting average, 13 home runs, and 46 RBIs. And the good news, Bob, too, is that there may be another national name to the All-Star team. We'll tell you more about that later in the game.
Yeah, there's always a possibility the fans could select one. Cristian Guzman is on that list, but that's up to you folks. And it's outside from Derek Lowe, 1-1 to Nyjer Morgan. I still think something might intervene, maybe an injury or something to happen in the last week before that game that might just get Adam Dunn to St. Louis. Derek Lowe in his career 5-2 with 3 saves against the Montreal-Washington franchise. 14 games, 8 starts, and a good ERA of 2.97. Morgan still looking for his first Nats hit. Came within a foot or two of it. He's 0 for 7 in the series with a walk and a run scored because of a stolen base. Well, what a great honor for Ryan. And by the way, the guy behind the hitter is also going to St. Louis. That's outside. Brian McCann catching that pitch, and he will be going to the All-Star game. As we chronicled yesterday, he's been one of the best hitting catchers. This will be his 4th in a row, by the way. And there's Morgan leveling off and hitting one to left field. He's aboard. He's a running threat. And there's that stat we told you about a few minutes ago. Nats hitting well, leading off innings. Now it's Nick Johnson, then the All-Star, then Dunn, Willingham, and Guzman. Christian has handled Derek Lowe, batting left-handed, very well. Josh Bard, Ronnie Belliard. Now, Rob, I got to ask you here. Derek Lowe pretty quick to the plate at times, but he does throw that very heavy sinker. I would imagine that's a very difficult thing for Brian McCann with a speedy runner trying to steal.
Well, that's a great call on your part, Bob. Plus, you have a lefty in the batter's box. McCann's going to have to step left, go towards the righty batter's box to throw Morgan out at second base. If he gets the sinker, it's going to help him. He'll be moving that way, but it'll be down. He's going to lift it up, and that's going to take some time, and maybe Nyjer's quicker than that.
Just a footnote on Brian McCann. He was the first ever Brave to go to the All-Star game his first 3 years. So obviously that gets updated by another. Good for him. Now we hope our guy steals on him. One ball.
Hey, good for you. Now we're going to abuse you.
Now we're going to beat you.
You All-Star, you.
McCann 9 for 41 against opposing base runners. There he goes, and then he stops. And Nick Johnson flies it to left. Backtracking, Garrett Anderson, 1 out. Sometimes the number 2 hitter doesn't give the runner time to advance. Ryan Zimmerman is an All-Star for the first time. That'll put a smile on his face. Debbie gave you most of his stats for this year when he's really been good. He's had a few struggles at times. He's a great glove man at third. Like that. And here he is, his first at bat as an All-Star. He's hitting .295 in this series. 2 for 8, 3 runs, 2 batted in, and it gets his RBI total up to 46. If Nyjer Morgan wants to run, he better go pretty quickly. These aren't the most patient hitters. Usually Nick Johnson is more patient than he just was. Now he's running. That is not even close. And for Nyjer Morgan, his second as a Nat, his 20th of the year, and the Nationals' 30th of the year.
Well, as Bob said, he gets a great jump right here, but it's a sinker ball thrower. And by the time Brian McCann can stand up and even throw it towards second, Nyjer is sliding across the bag.
What a weapon that is.
Yep. He is so quick. It's that first step, though.
1-1 the count. Base hit. Jeff Francoeur's not in right field today, so they have no chance to throw out Nyjer Morgan. Don't you love the speed game? And the Nationals lead 1-0. Zimmerman's 47th RBI. And that's one of the best at bats Ryan Zimmerman's had in a while, taking that ball hard the other way.
Well, Derek Lowe has not pitched well in his last few starts. There you see a breaking ball. He doesn't throw a whole lot of those. Maybe he's not comfortable coming out of his warm-up with the sinker right now. And you saw Zim take the breaking ball to right field. Great at bat.
Yeah, even if Jeff Francoeur's out there with his assists, no chance. Adam Dunn, a double play ball right at the shortstop. That's 6-5-3. Escobar to Jones to Kochman. The Nats are gone, but quickly striking for a run thanks to that great speed. Somewhere. You'll like what you saw from the Nats yesterday, Rob. 4 twin killings from John Lannon and his infielders.
Well, Bob, you're always one pitch from getting out of some innings or one pitch from getting 2 quick outs. And there you see John Lannon, 4 out of his 8 innings, he got the leadoff runner on. And 4 times yesterday, he got the great double play. So sometimes he works himself into a jam, which I'm sure we'd like him not to do. But if you can work your way out, you can get some wins, and now he's a game over 500 at 6-5.
Nicely done. On a day when not everything went right.
No.
This will go right. Garrett Anderson, a little pop-up. Christian Guzman for the first out. First 6 hitters. Scott Olson has thrown 3 first-pitch strikes. And he'll face the red-hot Matt Diaz, followed by Casey Kochman. Matt Diaz is an interesting study as a hitter. He's on a 5-game streak, red hot, 11 for 17, 4 for 6 in the series. Plus he's walked a couple of times. But I've had Braves guys tell me that he'll hit the other pitcher's best pitch, and he'll be looking for it. He'll guess certain situations, and more often than not, he can take your best delivery and hit it hard somewhere. As we mentioned yesterday, interesting setup. He gets very erect in the batter's box. Doesn't really get his knees involved until he's approaching the ball, or vice versa.
Well, you had Nomar Garciaparra would do the glove fixing and all the little fidgeting that he did, but that's how he relaxed his mind. This is how Diaz relaxes himself.
Yeah, he actually arches his back a little bit, and then Olson goes busting him inside for his second strikeout of the game. Get ahead 0-2, right under his hands. He would have hit this ball, would have broken that bat.
Well, you see on the Northrop Grumman right there, that breaking ball had a late break to it. Looked like it's going to be right in the middle of the plate, and then all of a sudden it dives towards his ankles. Well executed.
Here's the essence of pitching in the National League now. If you can get the number 8 hitter, you've set yourself up with a good start to the 3rd, and he gets a strike to Casey Kochman. Kochman 1 for 3, couple of walks in this series. Olson throwing lots of strikes. And as we mentioned yesterday, the Braves are not a strikeout team. Second fewest strikeouts in the National League to the Mets. two teams not hitting for much power these days. Target away. Does that mean breaking ball? No. It means fastball right by him. How about that? Olsen has fanned 3 of the last 4 hitters. 1-0 Nats. Park, bottom of the second coming up. Washington 1, Atlanta 0. And here's Rob with our PNC scouting report on Derek Lowe.
Well, he is one of the toughest pitchers in the biz, Bob. Less is more. In 11 starts this year, he's given up 3 runs or less. Not a square. Very difficult to square up on. This year coming in 95 1/3 innings, only 5 home runs given up. How about this? Going back post All-Star 08, only 8 home runs in the last 182 innings pitched, and 106. He is right there with some of the most wins over the last 7 seasons. He's 106 and 75.
Averaging right around 15 wins a year, 133 career victories. But not a good June. 1-3 with a 6.54.
No, he was 0-3 in his last 3 starts coming in. But as far as the ground balls, in 95 1/3 innings, 193 ground ball outs.
And by the way, 85 career saves. To go with the 133 wins, he had 42 for the Red Sox in 2000. 15 the year before, 24 the year after.
Now, very versatile, very strong arm, rarely misses a start. A lot of postseason appearances.
Josh Willingham chops one straight down, 1-2. You'll see a lot of balls chopped. Josh, couple of RBIs in the series, 2 for 9, batting average at 286. Look at that over the last 3 weeks. Now, part of that was interrupted by going on the bereavement list and going home after he lost his brother. But over the long haul, 41 games, Josh batting over 330. And I asked Manny this morning about the ability now to write in 3 outfielders every day and leave them in the same position every day. Nice luxury for a manager. And he said that Willingham has done better in right field than he thought he would. Roller to Escobar. And the first man retired here in the second. We've been underway for 23 minutes here at Nationals Park. Actually a nice day for the folks to watch a ball game. Nobody's going to get sunburned out here. Cloud cover, 70 degrees. And just a hint of a breeze moving the flags around on this first Sunday of July.
Give you a couple more Derek Lowe stats. He's 9th on the list. Most innings pitched over the last 7 years, 1,456. And then most starts, 233. Number 4 on that list. The last 7 seasons, boy, Derek Lowe has been putting in some yeoman's work.
Here's Guzman, 2 for 8, 3 RBIs. And beyond the reach of Prado. He just got it off the end of the bat. And Christian Guzman seems to like that number 6 spot. He's an interesting guy there, Rob, because he gets RBI opportunities, and that didn't stop him from getting a multi-hit game on Friday night, his 30th.
Well, look at that sinker. It's going down and away, and he just 9-irons it over the infield, and Prado cannot come up with the play.
Isn't that interesting how that Exmo gets the flashing of the letters and the symbols on the scoreboard, but our eyes aren't quick enough to see that? How can they invent something that's quicker than us? Or in this case, slower. Josh Bard lines one to center, but it's hanging, and Nate McLouth is right there. Bard still swinging the bat well. Derek Lowe started his career with Seattle in '97. Durable, as Rob mentioned. A 20-win season. That was in 02, 21-8. 2 years before that, he was saving 42 games, a no-hitter. So he's been responsible for 218 wins when you put all that together. And countless others probably where he got no decisions but had his team in a position to win a ball game because he just doesn't give up that many runs. Career ERA 3.75.
Well, he's got 10 postseason starts, and he's got 21 combined for 21 appearances in the postseason. A couple of all-star appearances in 2000, 2002. But that postseason experience, that's one of the reasons the Braves got him. Did a great job with the Dodgers last year.
6 division series. He's pitched in 4 LCS. And he went 1-0 with a 0 ERA for the Red Sox in 04 when they swept St. Louis in the World Series. Well, we get on Ronnie Belliard from time to time about his at-bats, but no doubt, Rob, Ronnie, you got to give him credit. He was the catalyst with that pinch hit single in the 8th inning leading off yesterday.
No, he got things going yesterday. He's one of the reasons for victory yesterday, and so today he's rewarded with a nice start.
I'd like to see him put together 3 or 4 at-bats like the one he had yesterday.
Absolutely.
Pitcher next. Nats would love to see him get aboard here. They will pitch out, and Guzman, who is fast but doesn't run that much anymore, not going. Christian is only 1 out of 4 in steal situations. A lot of hitting room right side. That one too far out to hit over there, and the count's even 2-2. Marlins have a couple of early runs at home against the Pirates today. Florida 1 game back of the Phillies in the East. Braves, Mets both lost yesterday, and they're 3 back. Ronnie Belliard, that ball's really well hit, heading for the scoreboard. Coming around third, Christian Guzman. He will score. 2-0. Save at third.
Sweet.
Ronnie Belliard a double. He takes third on the throw, and he has his 8th RBI of the year.
Ronnie Belliard takes that bad breaking ball right there. Another hanger, just like Ryan Zimmerman. Took it to right off the Geico scoreboard out there in left field, on the left or the right field fence, and hustled all the way into third because that throw went all the way into McCann. And once again, if you don't hit the cutoff man, people will take extra bases.
That wasn't good defense by the Braves because they had no shot at home. And now you never know. Derek Lowe could bounce a breaking ball or throw a hard sinker. So Ronnie Belliard's 16th hit of the year, and it's big. And if you're the Braves, you got to be really irritated by that. And now this ball's going to fall in, and the Nationals lead 3-0 on Scott Olson's 15th career RBI. They say don't let the number 8 man beat you, but in this case, both 8 and 9 did.
Well, it's going to be too much of the plate right here, and Scott Olson just jams himself out into left center field.
Olson's first hit this year, but he's a good career hitter. He's got a career batting average now of around 155. So that's what, 4 out of 5 games the pitcher's driven in a run, and Olson started that. Actually, it was the man the day after Olson Craig Stammen, who started that Tuesday in Florida, so Olson chips in. Man, they're going to be all over John Lannon for not driving in a run last night. So the Nats lead 3-0 on 5 hits already. Niger Morgan's in the box, and he took easily his best swing, stroking a hard line drive to left field last time. That's the approach he has to have against this pitcher, even on 2 strikes. With that in mind, Lowe tried to bury him inside but missed. And a chopper by the mound. Scott Olson did what he could to shield Prado off the ball. Great inning for the Nats. 2 runs, 3 hits from the bottom of the batting order. Brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Book your next trip at southwest.com.
Scott Olson driving in a run as the Nats lead this one by a score of 3-0 here in the 3rd inning. Now, yesterday, John Lannon told me that he's learned a lot from his fellow southpaw, Scott Olson.
He's very deceptive, and he makes his sliders, changeup, and his fastball all look the same, and that's really big when you're a left-handed pitcher. So the thing I learned about him most is that deception is very important when it comes to pitching.
And Bob and Rob, it's really important. Steve McCaddy said he wants the pitchers, when they're not in the game, to really sit on the bench and watch, and they can learn so much. And obviously, John Lannon learning a lot from Scott Olson.
Yeah, that's a great thought, Debbie. You know, you've got 4 days to learn something before your next start. Using your time well as a pitcher who's not pitching that particular day. Now here's Derek Lowe, 4 for 26 this year.
Well, you're not just learning from the pitcher, you're learning the hitters.
Right.
Why would you not want to learn the Braves if you were, say, Olson yesterday, watching John Lannon, another left-hander, throw to these guys? You want to see how they react to certain pitches. So you have to watch, you know, when you're not pitching. You should be doing charting. They shouldn't just be chewing on sunflower seeds.
Especially a team that's in your division. Sharply hit. Ryan has time. Flips it. And Nick just got back to the bag.
Well, Lowe's going to sting one. Comes up a little quick on the ball, but he knows it's the pitcher running. Flicks it over to Nick. Nick does a great job of concentrating on the catch instead of the runner.
Yeah, it was in there.
Look at the Exmo on this, though. You can see the rotation of the ball. You can see his pants moving. Very cool. Also see the sweat beads dripping. Oh my God, I better get the ball.
It's amazing. I hope they never do that on us when we're on camera.
Oh God, then you see me panic.
You know, take 4 seconds to blink. Top of the order, Nate McClough flied to left first time. Olson has retired 6 in a row since the sort of intentional walk to Chipper Jones. I think a big key to that first inning being scoreless were The Nationals pitching around Chipper and not letting him hurt them with a runner at second base. McLeod has a base hit for the 4th time in this series. 1 on, 1 out. Prado coming up. Get your family fun pack tickets. Bring the whole gang out to the ballpark. Next time will be 2 weeks from today when the Cubbies are here. For Sunday games, $14 gets you an upper right field terrace ticket. A lot of folks sitting up there today. Or a $25 lower left or right field reserve ticket. With each one, you get a hot dog, non-alcoholic drink, chips, minimum 2 tickets per purchase. Pre-game autographs, they get the run. The kids do the bases after the game. On to Colorado for 3 after this. And then 4 in Houston, which is really like 5 in Houston with the suspended game. And then a 3-day break. The Nationals only get a 3-day break for the All-Star pause this year. And back a week from next Thursday against the Cubs. Swing and a foul and out of the glove of Josh Bard. Well, hopefully next year down the road on this Sunday we'll be celebrating a Nationals pitcher or 2 going to the All-Star game.
That would be nice. You need some help. You need some runs scored for you, some defense played behind you. And I feel times are changing here, as well as the roster.
Jason Bergman back. Jesus Colome designated for assignment after yesterday's game. And a 1-2 pitch. That thing was sitting up, and it was punished by Prado. Adam Dunn's got to get it back in quickly. Second and third, 1 out. How will the Nats handle Chipper Jones here? They walked him first time, not intentionally, but it was a 4-pitch walk with nothing near the strike zone.
Well, this is almost a duplicate of the first double that Prado hit off of Olsen. So you might not want to keep trying to get in on him. I think he's looking for that pitch.
I've noticed one thing lately, that Adam Dunn, on balls that are easy caroms off the wall, he's been barehanding the ball more out there, just getting it into his throwing hand for a quicker return to the infield.
Oh, and his hands are as big as a glove.
Yeah. Well, maybe the Nats can get Chipper to fish here. I still say, unless he gets himself out, do not throw a strike, even if you're up 3. That was a good changeup down and away. They're going to jam him now. He hits it hard to center. Morgan is there. It'll be a run. It'll be an out. And 2 runners advancing. 3-1 ball game. Not that bad, really.
Nope.
And with 2 outs now, you can get McCann and end the inning. Chipper Jones with his 40th RBI.
Well, and the key here is trying to build confidence in our young pitchers. Remember, he's got over 100 starts, but he's still only 25 years old. And hopefully he can end the inning right here. Bottom line is, the guy was just raking him, and we mean that rake over the coals. So when they say someone's raking, it means he's really hitting well. But for him, he's got to get some confidence facing Chipper, because it may be maybe the next time around it's the bases loaded. There's nowhere to put Chipper, and he's got to get a double play or something.
Yeah, good point.
He's got to get that out of his head that Chipper owns him.
Inner half breaking ball to McCann, who lined out hard to Willingham first time. Olsen ready quickly, and McCann steps out with the permission of Tony Randazzo. Target away. Fastball up and away. 0-2.
Well, you remember Scott down in Florida, he was just sweating bullets. So maybe he's wearing the long sleeve. It's kind of muggy. Wants to get that sweat going. Get that hat dripping wet. Maybe that's his comfort zone.
Breaking ball pulled, and Nick Johnson right there on the broken bat. So the Nats give up 1. That's not bad when you're leading by 3. Nick Johnson will lead off. Then comes plan. 4 games, you get 1 free. 5 different plans to choose from. Pick your plan, your games, your seats, and get a free game. It's that easy. 202-675-NATS or nationals.com/Grand Slam. Pretty good 3 innings by Scott Olson. 39 pitches, 29 strikes, and 10 first pitch strikes to the first 13 hitters. Nats need to get Nick Johnson untracked. He's 4 for his last 36. A couple of knocks in this series. Nick's 2 for 8. And he's walked a couple of times. Whenever he's not hitting, he's still finding ways to get on base. I think indicative of Nick's troubles, the fact that with Nyjer Morgan on base, he had a very impatient at bat in the first inning today, swinging early in the count, flying out to left. When Nick's going well, it seems every at bat goes at least 3 to 5 or more pitches.
That's one thing we like about Nyjer Morgan too. At the top of the order, he sees an on average 3.9 pitches per at bat. That's outstanding.
How about this? He's been on base twice. He's stolen second twice, and he scored twice. Getting him to first base will be the challenge. Nick will pull that ball off. Prado came up on him. That thing had some severe overspin on it, and that'll be error number 4 on the year for Martin Prado. And here comes an all-star who had a really good at bat first time up. Rob, taking that ball the other way.
Well, it was a hanging breaking ball off of Derek Lowe. And Mr. Lowe knows that he made a mistake, and our all-star third baseman crushed it in right field for an RBI.
Remember when Zimmerman signed the contract, how hot he was for the next couple weeks?
It's just amazing.
Maybe he'll sizzle for this next week now that he's been named an all-star. Ryan seems to rise to certain occasions, like yesterday being a holiday when he drove in 2 runs.
He's just got to get comfortable in his role on this ball club. He's got to be a leader. He knows that. He's a very quiet, shy, humble guy. But you know what? You're one of the highest paid players on the team. You're one of the best players on the team. You're an all-star now. A lot of responsibility comes with that role, like it or not.
He's 0-2 here. A lot of hitting room right side. If I know Derek Lowe, he'll try to bury one low and inside here. Although McCann sets up the other way.
He did a backdoor sinker.
Yeah, he was trying to paint. The guys who are really confident in their sinkers. Kevin Brown was like that.
Yep.
Matt Morris was like that. Other guys who could throw 90 plus. They get ahead of you. They'll just Brandon Webb right in on your hands. Here, big boy, see what you can do. Zimmerman's going to take it for a strike.
Backdoor sinker. That was nasty.
Derek Lowe, first strikeout today. 1 on, 1 out.
Well, we talked about him on the 0-2 pitch. Tried to do this on the 1-2 pitch. He comes back, gets a feel for it. 80 mile an hour, takes something off of that two-seamer. Strike 3.
How perfect was that?
Well, he's done that to a lot of people. Don't feel so bad.
That'll get you grimacing.
Yes.
Here's Adam Dunn, hit into a 6-5-3 double play. Infield in the same configuration now, with the shortstop Escobar where Prado, the second baseman, normally would be.
Well, and for Derek Lowe too, and most sinker ballers, the more tired their arm is coming in, the better they feel. And good thing we got 3 off of them early, because you may not get anything else till about the 7th or 8th inning.
A foul tip that got Tony Randazzo. He was shaking his right arm, his right wrist, hand area. When that ball changes directions, the catcher can't help you. Well, he's not feeling too good right now.
Well, you see where he's set up on the inner half. Lowe throws a sinker on the inner half. It comes right back up, right off the inside of that wrist area. That's got a smart. And you see him trying to get his grip back. Most umpires are very tough. They take a lot of foul balls and stay in the game.
I was watching him on that pitch. He took his right arm and put it behind his body. And I know over the years some catchers started doing that too. Catchers who are taking shots off the right hand in the right arm. 1-2 to Dunn. Breaking ball laced into center. Adam Dunn has a 7-game hitting streak. He hit the ball hard his first time today. You know, it's good to see Adam doing that, because when he's getting plate coverage, Rob, the power will come.
Well, you see the Exmo right there, head down, not trying to kill this ball. He got number 300, so now he's going to turn into just, I'm going to hit it wherever it's pitched. Didn't try to do too much, took the single when it was given to him. Especially with a guy like Derek Lowe. If you can get the ball and get it out over the infield, I think you've won that battle.
They've announced the all-star pitchers and reserves for both leagues. We'll run through some of that as we go through the day.
Did we make it? That's the reserve broadcasters?
No. They told us enjoy your days off.
Very nice.
They just told me to tell you not to go fishing with any M80s.
Oh, it's been a long time. I don't even think they make M80s anymore. It's
good.
Too much gunpowder.
Good. 1-1 to Willingham, who pulled the ball to short first time. A big spot here to get that run or more right back for the Nats. Derek Lowe misses low and away. He threw 31 pitches first 2 innings. The Nats are making him work here. He'll have 50 plus by the time he finishes the 3rd, unless he gets a twin killing right here. Willingham trying to drive the ball somewhere to avoid that. He's not going to give up that outside corner, though, to anybody. Guzman next, one of 5 players on the fan ballot. We'll tell you who the other 4 are here in a moment. Willingham drives it. Caught by Chipper Jones. Another couple of inches. That ball would have been hooking into the corner. And the Nats very unfortunate here.
Let's see this at real speed first. You better be fearless over there if you want to play the hot corner, and that is just a bullet.
Oh, that's unlucky for Josh. That was RBI all over it. And here's Guzman now with 2 outs.
He put his hand over his eyes, like, I closed my eyes and stuck my arm up. Yeah, it is scary. I used to try to do it in batting practice to kind of, you know, get some guts to stand out there on the hill, and my guys hitting it on AstroTurf, one hoppers and stuff, I kept moving back out to the outfield.
Yeah.
No fun playing.
Pitchers were meant to shag fly balls, not grounders.
Absolutely.
Big spot for Guzman, who singled up the middle first time. Guzman is one of 5 players the fans can vote in, along with Matt Kemp of the Dodgers, Pablo Sandoval of the Giants, Mark Reynolds of the Diamondbacks, so a Western flavor. And also on that list, very deservingly so, Shane Victorino, the pepper pot of the Phillies.
The flying Hawaiian.
I love watching that kid play. The only problem is it's hard to love him when he's
against you.
Against the Nats and all over the bases behind Rollins and ahead of Utley.
Throw in Samoan.
Chance for a big 2-out RBI here. Nats have been given a gift, 4 outs because of the Prado error. Guzman will take that one up and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Josh Bart swinging the bat well. He's next. Big gap in right center. Up the middle. There's a chance. Corralled by the shortstop Escobar. He has no play. He did keep it on the infield, and the bases are loaded for Josh Bard. Guzman didn't hit it hard. He placed it perfectly, and he has his 31st multi-hit game of the year.
Oh, this is where speed comes into play right here. Christian Guzman hits it deep in the infield, up the middle. No play for Escobar. He knows it, and you see what he does. He looks to third base, hoping that he could catch Nick Johnson maybe sleeping. Try to gun him out.
Here's Bard, first pitch swinging, lined out hard to center, first time up.
Well, here's another one on Victorino, the Pineapple Express.
Okay.
Well, you just have to be born in Hawaii. They come up with all kinds of
stuff. I know on
stuff.
Maui they have a little tourist attraction called the Sugar Cane Train. I think the Pineapple Express goes a little quicker. Johnson reached on the air. He's at third. Dunn base hit. Guzman base hit. They're at second and first respectively. And a breaking ball in there to Josh Bard. They have announced that Albert Pujols and Derek Jeter have finished in each league as the leading vote getters. That's ball 2. We'll be giving you the starters for each All-Star team. We've got all our graphics ready, and we'll show you that next inning. What will the score be?
And here's a couple of no-brainers. Zach Greinke and Roy Halladay.
Oh, yeah. Mr. ERA and
Ugh. Well,
Big Horse, who pitches every 5 days for Toronto.
Yeah, Greinke has had a fantastic year.
And Bard will bounce it right to Martin Prado. The air ends up not hurting the Braves, and Nats got unlucky on the Willingham base or line drive, and it's still 3-1. Can't stop. Part today, I think they need some treats. They've been treated to 3 runs on 7 hits so far. Here's the National League. Raul Ibanez, any surprise there? Ryan Braun, Carlos Beltran, but his knee is an issue. Hanley Ramirez and Chase Utley up the middle. David Wright across from Albert Pujols, and another St. Louis player, Yadier Molina, catching. That game at Busch Stadium. Ichiro with Jason Bay and Josh Hamilton. Derek Jeter, Dustin Pedroia. Yankees Red Sox up the middle. Teixeira Longoria at the corners. Joe Mauer, an outstanding young catcher for the Twins. Go to war with those 2 clubs. Wow. Scott Olson to Yunel Escobar. Top of the 4th underway. .40 pitches and 30 strikes. 41 pitches and 30 strikes now for Scott Olson. Escobar struck out swinging on a hard one upstairs first time. This is popped up right field side. Long run for Willingham. Josh is there. The ball came twisting back on him. That's one of the plays he's going to have to get used to, because that ball goes exactly the opposite way it does from left field. Here are your reserves, including 2 on the field today. Ryan Zimmerman, Brian McCann, Prince Fielder, Adrian Gonzalez, and Ryan Howard. Look at the first baseman. Wow. Orlando Hudson, a free agent pickup.
Hopp's having a great year up in Colorado.
See him tomorrow. Justin Upton
from Arizona, having a really nice year for them and a tough team.
A good breaking ball from Olson to Anderson. And the last page of reserves coming your way. Ryan Franklin, the St. Louis closer.
Josh Johnson from Florida. Lilly, Chicago. Marquis from Colorado, having a fantastic year.
He pitches against the Nats tomorrow.
Frankie Rodriguez with his new ball club, the Mets, representing.
I kind of like the National League team this year. They need to win one of these things.
Now that they count.
It's not been going well. Yeah, don't get me started on that one.
Well, home field advantage would be nice in the National League one time.
St. Louis and Philadelphia, recent National League pennant winners and World Series champions, but not easy when you're starting on the road. Had him reaching on 1 and 2. Olson made a good decision to let it go. It was right at Guzman. I'm not sure if Scott knew that or not, but pitchers are supposed to know where their infielders are positioned, and a much easier play for the shortstop.
Well, Olson's going to throw a hard fastball away, let it go. And they were playing him perfectly.
Nice. That ball gets deflected. All kind of bad things can happen. Bases empty, 2 outs. It's Olson against Matt Diaz. Sitting right next to a sailor, right field corner. I like it. First pitch, Guzman again. And Scott Olson gets a very quick top of the 4th inning. He'll get to bat after ago. Quite a finish between George and Abe. Who's going to win it?
I think George wins it.
By a nose?
Yes, by a cherry tree. Yes.
Hey guys, we appreciate your service to our country.
Yes, we do. My brother was a Swabie. A nuclear sub.
Now it takes a different kind of guy to do that, right?
Yeah, someone likes to sit down under the ocean for 6 weeks at a time. I'm not one of them. I don't like to be in an airplane for 6 hours.
We salute you guys. Hope you had a great weekend. It's been kind of fun for Nats fans here, the way things are going. Bottom of the fourth coming up. Belliard, Olson, and Niger Morgan. Nationals lead the Braves 3-1. On a day when Ryan Zimmerman became an all-star. Rob and I were talking about some of the injuries during the break. Josh Hamilton voted on the team, but he's on the DL. Carlos Beltran has a knee issue. Keep an eye on the Beltran situation, Nats fans. That could be the one that gets gets Adam Dunn on the all-star team. Believe me, there will be all kind of changes to that roster between now and next Sunday. Ronnie Belliard, first pitch swinging, fly ball, deep center, 1 out. Let's have a look at the American League. You've seen the starters. Torrey Hunter, what a great outfielder he is.
Adam Jones, what a great one with Baltimore.
Nats have played against Ben Zobrist of Tampa Bay this year. There's Halladay.
Hernandez having a great year in Seattle.
Papelbon, most deserving as a Boston closer.
By the way, Seattle, one of the best pitching staffs in the American League, not getting a lot of recognition, so it's nice to see Felix Hernandez representing.
That Seattle ball clubs won 3 straight. They're only 2.5 back of the Angels and the Rangers, and they lead the American League with a 3.69 ERA.
White Sox closest with a 3.94.
Two National League teams, San Francisco and Los Angeles, and St. Louis just ahead of them.
Victor Martinez returning to form in Cleveland.
Yes, he is. Kevin Youkilis, Mr. Runners in scoring position.
Mr. Cincinnati up in Boston.
Yeah, he is from Cincy, isn't he? The Queen City. 1-2 to Olson, who dumped a single into left center first time, giving the Nats a then 3-0 lead. Lowe trying to nasty pitch him on the corner, just missing. 2-2. Well, Derek Lowe is 6'6",
yes,
and he takes
is.
that one for the second out.
When you are tall as a basketball player like Derek Lowe, you have a great reach also. He reaches up, spears that ground ball instead of letting it go.
They're in the bottom of the fourth at Florida. The Marlins lead the Pirates 5-0. They haven't hit a home run today. Just getting some hits. Phillies 1, Mets 0 on a leadoff homer, bottom of the first, and a big sigh of relief when that happened for Jimmy Rollins and the Phillies fans. He's had a really tough year. That's the National League East for you, with the Braves playing here. 3-1, bottom of the fourth. Morgan to left center. He's off to the races. He's going to think 3 until they stop him, and they will. And Niger Morgan is 2 for 3 today. And he's done that, hitting the ball the opposite way. If a ball gets to the wall, it's a guaranteed triple for him. So, Rob, they've got to cut it off. That's a breaking ball.
Yeah, he tried a backdoor breaking ball. Niger Morgan is all over this ball, hitting it into the gap. And once he gets it by the outfielders or makes them turn their backs, it's an easy double. And as Bob said, he's thinking 3 all the time. And as he comes in, he's like, okay, I'll just take 2 here. He knows he can score easily on a base hit.
That's his 7th double of the year, but he has 5 triples. That indicates to you that a lot of those doubles, he makes them into triples, because very few guys have almost as many triples as they do doubles. And a big spot for Nick. The Nats are looking for that 2-out RBI hit again. One ball, 1 strike. This is one situation where Morgan should not be a threat to steal third. 2 outs. He doesn't need to be there to score. No batter between the catcher and third. And the shortstop Escobar hanging right behind him to keep him close.
Well, and a perfect situation for Nick Johnson. You got a sinker baller, throws the ball away from lefties, down and in on righties, and that's where Nick loves to go, over to left field in between short and third.
That ball broke in on him at the last moment. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nationals have 8 hits already on Derek Lowe. He gave them 1 run on 4 hits and only 3 innings of a no decision back in April. He jams Nick Johnson, and the ball's popped up near the mound, and the shortstop Escobar takes it. Nationals have stranded 5 base runners already. They're hitting Aaron. Blue, she's looking good there on the left. Screech is well represented. Nice going, Dad. I bet he did the family fun pack today. We've got a backpack for you. It's a kid lunch bag. That'll be when the Nats play the Cubs 2 weeks from today. First 10,000 fans, 12 and under on that Sunday. And it's all brought to you by Smithfield. 888-632-NATS. Visit Nationals.com. That'll be the final game of a 4-game series with Chicago right after the All-Star break. Casey Kochman batting in front of Derek Lowe. 1-1 from Scott Olson, averaging right around 12 pitches per inning. And he's got the quality to go along with it. Had him locked up, strike 2.
Well, and this is the guy you really want to attack. You know you probably have an out in Derek Lowe. You don't want to allow Casey Kochman to get on base. So you attack this guy, and hopefully you can get him out, and then possibly get an easy number 2 out with the pitcher coming up.
Yeah, with Olson starting his delivery, time called by Tony Randazzo, the home plate umpire.
Dazzling Randazzo.
Ronnie Belliard waiting for it, and then timing his leap perfectly. Ronnie's playing some ball this weekend.
Ronnie came to play this holiday weekend.
And now that's 6 in a row again, retired by Olson.
Well, he's been throwing the lumber around. Why not throw the leather around? Look at that vertical.
Man,
he got up just a little bit higher than Derek Lowe.
Derek Lowe listed at 6'6".
I bet he was a hell of a basketball player growing up. He's a good athlete.
Oh, yeah. Ronnie Belliard listed at 5'10".
You know, he's a heck of an ass.
He'd be the point guard you couldn't find when he's coming up the floor.
A heck of an athlete was Cecil Fielder. He was what, about 6 foot tall, close to 300 pounds. He could dunk a basketball.
Really?
He was an exceptional athlete. Well, yeah, like Rick Rushell, Don Robinson, a lot of big men. Even you were here when Levon Hernandez was here.
Oh, yeah.
He's a heck of an athlete.
And you know what all three of those share in common? They were all really good hitters.
That's what I mean. Don Robinson was exceptional with a bat in his hand. I'm taking one of my teammates way
I know a lot of good athletes who aren't good hitters, but those guys are. Did he walk the pitcher? Oh, no.
Ouch.
His defense just helped him. And then Scott Olson walks Derek Lowe. Second pass of the day. Nate McLouth coming up. And Scott Olson's probably standing behind the mound asking himself, did I just do that when I'm ahead by 2 runs and I'm cruising?
I recall someone saying, well, he's averaging about 12 pitches per inning. I knew it was going to be a bad inning.
Who said that?
I can't recall.
Good breaking ball.
Can we try and keep McLouth and Prado off the base paths this inning?
Yeah. They're 3 for 4 combined today. I wouldn't throw Prado any more breaking balls, for goodness sakes. He's killing those things, and there's a good one to the left-hander McLouth. No balls, 2 strikes. We're just starting the 3rd time through the order.
Well, he has trouble getting that 3rd out.
That's a double play ball. Guzman to Belliard. 6-4-3, go the Nats, and that's how a pitcher gets around a walk to somebody he shouldn't allow on base. The Nats have been living by the double play. Adam Dunn and Josh Willingham. The Cal Ripken Senior All-Stars host the Valley League All-Stars. It's the Mid-Atlantic Classic, July 15th at Regency Furniture Stadium in Waldorf. It's at 7:05, Home Run Derby at 5:30. And if you can't be there and make your donation at the gate, it'll be on Mass in HD. RipkenSeniorCollegeBaseball.org or 410-588-9900 for more information.
Well, if you're a Washington Nationals fan, you need to start voting right now, because Christian Guzman's up against some very, very stiff competition here.
You know those Philly fans want to see Victorino.
Yep. Well, you get the Giants want Sandoval in there. Matt Kemp, Dodgers are going to want him in there. Mark Reynolds in Arizona, so it's going to be tough.
John Holzer from Baltimore. I think the hitting streak had something to do with his all-star selection. It got Ryan noticed around baseball. You know, but Rob, if you end a hitting streak and then don't do anything for the next month and a half, your numbers aren't going to be good enough to be an all-star. So I think it factors in, but I think it's just as much his body of work this year.
Absolutely. And when you look at his body of work and the overall statistics, and you heard he's in the top 10 in many offensive categories when Debbie Taylor was doing her thing. That's the bottom line. You know, consistency and getting yourself out there in the field, and really during this period of a lot of losing ball games, he has never really gotten a day off. He's not allowed a day off. We really don't have backup third baseman for Ryan Zimmerman. So I think all things considered, and someone's got to represent this ball club. Ryan was an excellent pick.
Yeah. So that'll be a wonderful first for his career. Here's Adam Dunn, 1 for 2. He's hit the ball sharply twice. Derek Lowe misses with a breaking pitch. I guess Willie Harris is as close as the Nats have to a backup third baseman. Ronnie Belliard has played over there in the past, but Zimmerman is there day in, day out.
Well, if you look at some of the guys in front of him overall in the major leagues, batting average wise, it's Michael Young, Sean Figgins, David Wright, Scott Rowland, and Pablo Sandoval. And most of those guys are going to the All-Star game already, and a couple of them, including Sandoval, are in that last pick final roster spot. So he's in very good company. He deserves to be an All-Star.
Christian Guzman after Willingham here, if Josh can extend this bottom of the 5th. Derek Lowe starting to get some ground ball outs here. Willingham 0 for 2, robbed of an extra base hit by Chipper Jones last time. That'll even the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. That ball just missing the bag by a foot or so. Josh Willingham has had a very steadying influence on that number 5 spot in the order lately. The better he hits, the better Adam Dunn's going to get things to work with. And McCann will take care of that. And the Nats go 1-2-3 on 3 ground balls in the 5th, still leading Atlanta 3-1.
Sanders, a colonel in the U.S. Army, gave the ball back to Adam, and I talked to Adam this morning, and he was psyched about that.
Probably looking back, it's going to mean a lot, but just kind of the way the gentleman handled it was, pretty first class, and that doesn't happen too often.
Did you hear from a lot of people yesterday after hitting that milestone?
I did. I heard from quite a few. I'm still getting kind of phone calls and texts, so I'm just, again, I didn't know it was kind of that big of a deal, but I'm glad it's over.
As for what's ahead, Adam said he just wants to stay healthy. And after the game yesterday, Adam and his wife Rachel watched the fireworks with their 2-year-old son Brady. And every time the fireworks went off, Brady thought that it was a celebration for Adam's home run, Bob.
That's pretty good. I loved what Adam said yesterday after the game. He said, yeah, now I'll have to start working on 350. And in about 5 or 6 years, he'll be working. Well, 5 or 6 years, he might be working on 500.
Yeah, 2 years.
In about 2.5 years, he'll be working on 400. 4-pitch walk. That's how the 6th inning starts. Looked like Scott Olson didn't want a whole lot to do with Martin Prado, but now he has to deal with Chipper Jones. Guess it's not every day you get a baseball from Colonel Sanders, huh?
Nope.
That was nice the way the whole thing came down yesterday.
No, and Colonel Sanders, what he said too was pretty classy. He just said, listen, the country's been great to me and given back to me, and I wanted to give something to Adam so that he could cherish it. And
yeah.
On the day that he did it, not, some of these guys will catch whatever home run and hold it for ransom or see what they can get out of it.
Morgan going back. He's got it over his shoulder. That ball was really well hit, and Niger Morgan needed every ounce of speed to pull that in. Boy, he's made a difference already this weekend, no doubt about it.
Well, his defense is spectacular, and right here, one of the most difficult catches is over the shoulder, running away from home plate. Wow. Scott Olson liked it. Okay.
Well, I got to be honest, I can't think of anybody else we have playing center field this year who makes that play. Maybe Willie Harris. That was outstanding. Well, he saved some runs already. Busted bat, well placed. Belliard's got it.
Nice.
And another good defensive play by the Nats. Brian McCann breaking his second bat of the day. Prado's at second base, but there are 2 out. This team is capable of playing defense.
Yes, they are. Well, Ronnie's played great defense anytime he's been in the game, but right here off the end of the bat, just see it shatter on the Exmo there. Now Ronnie Belliard does a great job. It's a 360 slide, gets up, drops the ball, but he knows I've got the catcher running, and that's situational baseball on defense. Knowing who's running, taking your time, and throwing a perfect strike to Nick Johnson.
And here's Escobar. So Scott Olson, give him some credit too. He had 2 tough hitters coming up. With the help of his defense, got them both. And here's Escobar 0 for 2 today. He has a pitch count that will also allow him, like Lannon yesterday, to possibly pitch deep into the game. John Lannon 56 pitches through 5 innings yesterday. Olson today 59. And that should be a 1-pitch out on a spinner to Ronnie Belliard. And the Nats put away the Braves in the top of the 6th after a leadoff walk. Niger Morgan on fire in center field. But it's been a great day for the fans. 70 degrees, no sun, comfortable at the ballpark. And the Nats are playing some good baseball, Rob. It all starts with pitching. And I think we see once again, pitching leads to defense.
Absolutely. And defense helps you throw more mistakes and have confidence it's going to be caught. But even better than that, John Lannon again getting somebody to back him up after a great start. Right. Scott Olson, his first start off the DL, backed up by John Lannon. Great start. Once again, Scott Olson coming back out here today. 6 strong innings, showing that John Lannon, once he goes out there, shows people how to do it, he can come back and throw some really good innings too.
Guzman's long drive pulled in by the center fielder, Nate McLeod. Scott Olson now in 6 innings, 1 run on 3 hits. And Robbie had a strikeout touch early with 3 in the first 2 innings, but he hasn't had to strike out anybody since.
No, and the bottom line is getting ahead in the count, and you're seeing a lot more first and second pitch swings by the Atlanta Braves. And so the early strikeouts have led to a more defensive posture on the Braves hitters, and it's worked out well. And then some great defense. You see what Ronnie Belliard did. You see the Nigel Morgan, and you're going to see a double right here by Bard.
Josh Bard lined out hard to center first time today. Grounded out with the bases loaded in the 3rd. And now Bard has, on the year, this is really interesting. He has 27 hits, and 11 of them have gone for extra bases. That's his 10th double to go with 1 home run.
But we're in the 6th inning, bottom of.
I think we see that Josh is still nursing that sore groin that he had last weekend, Rob. He's just taking it easy.
Yeah, it's probably wrapped heavily with the elastic type tape. It's almost like an ace bandage, but actually a little bit stiffer. So it's probably really wrapped up, because we can't afford to have Josh Bard go down and be down for an extended period of time.
Ronnie Belliard 1 for 2 with a double and an RBI. And a breaking ball had him reaching.
I think that gave new meaning to legging out a double. And I heard a groin when I was pitching in the big leagues, and they wrap it around your waist, then they wrap it around your groin, and it's almost like the mummy. It's hard to move. I mean, it's to keep it from getting worse, but it's also very difficult to move in what they put around you.
Yeah, you marvel at a guy who can catch a whole game like that. Two balls and a strike to Belliard. This is interesting. Derek Lowe doesn't want to give in to him and just groove a fastball with a pitcher on deck, but still only 1 out. So even if he walks him, Olson will probably be bunting. Will he throw Belliard a strike here? He keeps it low and misses, and the Nats have 2 on, 1 out. They've been putting some pressure on the Braves today. Get your red on. Get all of the latest Nats news, discount offers, and much more on Facebook. Join the Washington Nationals fan page or add Teddy Roosevelt as your friend. Then you can say, come on, Teddy, win a race. Follow Teddy on Twitter at Teddy26Nats, or check out our notes from Natstown blog at natstown.mlbblogs.com. So for those of you who spend a lot of time online, there's a lot of opportunities for you to keep up with the Nats. Derek Lowe walks his first man today. They're in at the corners with Jones and Kochman. If Manny wanted to get aggressive here, Olson's a good enough hitter. He could switch off. And he does! It's a base hit! They're going to hold Bard at third. And the bases are loaded with 1 out. The manager getting frisky here with a good hitting pitcher. Scott Olson 2 for 3 today, and now you have Nigel Morgan coming up.
Well, you have to be able to handle the bat, and right there you see him pull it back, drive it right back where it came from, right back at the pitcher. And Scott Olson really just needed to make contact with the infield drawn in there. And you see the gimpy Josh Bard with the bad groin not being able to score.
Here's Morgan now. McCann visiting with his pitcher. You have a ground ball pitcher. In a lot of cases, a ground ball hitter, left-hander Boone Logan getting ready, and he's going to be pitching. Derek Lowe is done. The Nats are going to get Derek Lowe out of this game after 5 1/3. He's given up 10 hits to the Nationals, and that's about 10% of the hit total he's given up the entire season. He will walk 1, strike out just 1, and the Nats are into the beleaguered Atlanta bullpen early. Southwest Airlines. Book your next trip at southwest.com. Nats are playing some good baseball today. They got a chance to punch out the Braves right here. Ah, look at that. Some ice cream and a copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Washington Nationals. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. Fans are all smiles right now. Let's see if Nyjer Morgan can open this game up for the Nats. They lead by 2. It's been that way since the 3rd inning. The infield's in. Not a lot of speed on the bases, but a lot of it in the batter's. A lot of it in the batter's box.
Got a bad groin at 3rd, Belliard at 2nd, and a pitcher on 1st.
I rest my case, Your Honor. Half swing by Morgan. There's our base running bunch. Bard double with 1 out. Belliard walked, and Olsen on the first pitch singled up the middle. The Nats have 3 hits from their pitchers in this series. Morgan bumps 1 out of play left side. And the 0-2. He pulls it. Home for 1, and that's it. They had no play on Morgan at all. And that's what happens when a pitcher gets you 0-2. You have to be defensive. So Josh Bard is out of the play. You figured with Morgan hitting there was not going to be a double play. So Nick Johnson will have a chance to keep it going. Manny Acosta and Chris Medlin, 2 of their 4 right-handers. Nick Johnson will make him throw some strikes. Nick 0 for 3 today. and 4 for his last 38. He's always been good with the bases loaded, leaving the premises twice. Target away. Fastball outside, a ball and a strike. The team everybody's chasing in this division, the Phillies, have increased their lead 2-0 over the Mets, top 7. Nats broke the Braves' 5-game winning streak yesterday. Trying to win a series today. Nick Johnson, base hit, belly yard home. Olsen will be held, and the Nats lead 4-1 with Zimmerman coming up. Nick Johnson's 35th RBI. Rob, you mentioned it last time up, and he executed perfectly opposite field.
Oh, yeah. Well, Nick loves lefties. He hits them very well over 300. Good hold, too, holding up Olsen, the pitcher. You don't want a bang-bang play at the plate with a guy who just came back from the disabled list, but big insurance run right there, and Bobby Cox wearing out a path to the mound.
Yeah, they don't want the left-hander pitching to Zimmerman. We'll see if it's Acosta or Medlin. Nats back by 3. Nats are leading 4-1. They pounded out double-digit hits. And here's our game summary. Martin Prado is the Atlanta hitting star, but he hasn't figured in any scoring. Nyjer Morgan has. 2 for 4, a steal, a run. Scott Olsen's done just about everything today. 2 hits, an RBI, and he's thrown only 65 pitches in 6 innings. Here's Manny Acosta, 13th appearance, a 28-year-old right-hander from Panama, and Ryan Zimmerman could bust this baby wide open. Zimmerman 1 for 3 with an RBI hit. He'll get something in his eye and step out. First pitch, breaking ball in there. Ryan in this series 3 for 11 with 3 RBIs, scoring 3 times. On a base hit, Nyjer Morgan might catch Scott Olsen before they both score. Nick Johnson right behind him. That could be fun to watch. And a little pop-up, short right center. It's coming down, and it is caught by Matt Diaz. The Nats came real close to scoring 2 or 3 right there. Diaz keeps Atlanta in the game. Great play.
Wow.
Tiny bubbles. The Nats were hoping one would have fallen into right field just a moment ago. But Matt Diaz keeps the Braves in this game. Here's our TV schedule. It's on to Colorado for 3. Craig Stammen, Jason Marquis tomorrow, Jordan Zimmerman, Jason Hamill on Tuesday, Ross Detweiler, Jorge De La Rosa on Wednesday. Then it's on to Houston. Houston for 5, counting the suspended game. That shapes up as a crazy weekend in a crazy ballpark. Here's Garrett Anderson against Scott Olson, whose 66th pitch of the game gets the 7th inning going with a strike.
Well, he was out there on the base pass for almost the entire inning, so we'll have to see how he does here.
0-2 quickly to Anderson, who's popped up to short and grounded out to Guzman. In a moment, we're going to tell you how you can vote for Christian Guzman as one of the 5 eligible fan voted in players.
And please vote a lot, because a lot of people are going to be jamming up their computers to try to get their guys in. It'd be nice to have 2 Nationals out there, maybe 3.
You know the Dodger fans will do it for Kemp, Phillies for Victorino, Giants for Sandoval. Swing and a miss. And Scott Olson with his 4th strikeout of the day.
Well, and if I recall properly, I think it's 25 votes. You could vote 25 times on your email address. And here's the strikeout on Northrop Grumman. Nice breaking ball with the late break. Garrett Anderson, who was very difficult to strike out, I might add.
Now that voting, the mobile voting, it's exclusive to Sprint, Nextel, and Boost subscribers. And from your mobile phone, text N1 to 1122 to cast your vote for Guzman. You can also find out about it at Nationals.com. But when you do it, mobile N1 to 1122, standard rate messaging fees apply.
Well, and I'll throw it out there on Twitter. And I'll keep throwing it out there, and we'll blog about it.
Okay.
We got to get Christian Guzman in the All-Star game.
Well, he's been among the league's top hitters all year. He started today at .316, 10th in the league. He's been as high as 1st and 2nd. So a base hit by Matt Diaz. We knew he wouldn't go hitless today. And here's Casey Kochman. So Diaz saves a couple of runs. Now he gets on base. And they will hit for their pitcher next with a struggling Jeff Francoeur. There's Jeff Francoeur, who's batting .245. Didn't start yesterday. And they pinch hit for him in the late innings on Friday. I don't know if his job's in jeopardy. That's Bobby Cox's call with Frank Wren, but Francoeur's relationship with the Braves is not the same as it always has been right now. And the 0-2. Guzman can't get it. Cheating up the middle for a double play. And that was an 0-2 pitch. That could turn out to be one of the biggest pitches of this game. Here comes Francoeur, who represents the tying run suddenly. Francoeur is 0 for his last 9. Doesn't do much pinch hitting. In fact, this is his first pinch hitting appearance this year.
You still don't want to make a mistake. He's got home run potential. He can change a game in one swing of the bat. You got to be very careful with this guy.
First pitch. He's aggressive. Long run for Willingham, and Josh will get there. The runners will have to hold. Josh needs to throw the ball in, and he will. And it's 2 outs. I'd say he's getting used to right field.
Well, first pitch, trying to get ahead, throws a nice, looks like a cut fastball. And he jammed him just well enough for Josh Willingham to come in and make that play in foul territory. But more importantly, you get that hammer out of there And now Steve McCaddy's going to go out and talk with his young pitcher.
Nate McLouth coming up, who hit a 6-4-3 double play ball last time. Nats Extra presented by Verizon Fios, coming up after the game with Johnny and Ray right here from Nationals Park. I bet he's going to break down Scott Olsen's start. There it is. Ryan Zimmerman heading to his first All-Star game. Craig Stammen and a very resurgent Jason Marquis.
An All-Star. He was named to the All-Star team today also.
10-5. Marquis' ERA 3.87 when he faces the Nats tomorrow.
He'll be facing Brad Hopp, another All-Star.
That guy's a good right fielder.
Yes, he is.
A left-handed throwing right fielder who's got one of the best arms in baseball.
Oh, nice pitch.
Woo. Nate McLouth 1 for 3 today, 4 for 12 in this series. If the Nats can get out of this inning, Chipper Jones cannot represent the tying run the next time he bats. High fly right field. It's not going anywhere except to Josh Willingham. And the Nats are out of the inning. 2 hits, 2 stranded by the Braves.
Bless America. Once again, Adalia Jimenez.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, wide with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home.
To the middle of the seventh inning. Now, Adam Dunn has hit 40 or more home runs in each of the last 5 seasons. He is on pace to do it again, and his consistency really impresses his manager, Manny Acta.
It's also a tribute to him because he's able to stay on the field for 155 games at least every year. So that's part of being consistent too, and being able to stay on the field. And he says that if this guy continues to go at this rate, you know, who knows? I mean, if he keeps averaging 40 a year, you do the math.
And how about this? Adams' 13.8 at-bats per home run ratio is third best among active players. Only Ryan Howard and Jim Thome are ahead of him, Bob.
Well, that's great stuff. And he's a great guy to go along with it. His influence in the clubhouse goes far beyond swinging the bat. He's very generous, keeps things loose. And this is 23-year-old right-hander Chris Medlen, a Braves 10th rounder just 3 years ago. He's a rookie. Fades that fastball in there. Adam Dunn today, 1 for 3, extending his hitting streak to 7 games.
Well, I also think if you look at the value of his protection and protecting Ryan Zimmerman and Nick Johnson and even Josh Willingham, makes people in the lineup better around him.
Yeah, no coincidence. Adam Dunn comes aboard. Ryan Zimmerman's going to the All-Star game. Adam Dunn. Projected for mid-40s in homers, 131 walks. It'll be a 6th straight year with 40 home runs, 100 RBIs. RBI total, 1 short of 60.
Well, that would be an all-time Major League record, Bob. He's in a class with Babe Ruth for 5 consecutive 40 or more home run seasons. They're all by themselves. So if Adam can do it a 6th time, he'll be all by himself with that 40+.
And he's only 29 years of age. It's his 9th year in the big leagues. Adam's been to the All-Star game. He went back in 2002. There's Josh Willingham, 0 for 3 today. Willingham rips this ball to center. Hot one hopper right at Nate McLouth. And Willingham has his 3rd base hit of this series. He's aboard with 1 out. Christian Guzman with another multi-hit game is next.
You can't hit a ball any harder than that right there. Head down, watch this, drive it right back up the middle, and it one hops the center fielder. He's a big, strong man. He gets a little bit of loft on those balls, they're going to be home runs.
You can vote Christian Guzman to the All-Star game. Go to nationals.com. Just follow the prompts. The website will let you know what to do online. As described earlier, you can also do it on your mobile phone. Guzman went to 2 All-Star games, 1 with the Twins in 2001 and with the Nats last year. Remember last year he actually ended up playing 3rd base. He was 0 for 3. But a nice honor for him, his 2nd. It's always neat when a guy can go with 2 different ball clubs, and in this case, clubs in different leagues.
He was a member of that really good Twins team that had a run of division championships and kept getting knocked out of the playoffs, but that didn't stop them from going every year.
He played in 3 division series for the Twins, 01, 02, 03, and hit 265. He had 3 hits in the LCS against the Angels in 02. High in the air and foul, left field away. Josh Bard is next. And not that yesterday has that much to do with today, but you like the trend. Yesterday, after 7 innings, John Lennon had thrown 85 pitches. Today, Scott Olson, 79. You love it when your starters are pitching deep into ball games.
Well, then we don't have to worry about the bridge in the middle of the bullpen.
And there were
collapsing.
And there are some who would say you want your bullpen well rested when you're about to visit Denver, Colorado, and Houston, Texas. 2 definite hitters' parks. Willingham at first base with 1 out. The Nats have pounded out 12 hits today. Marlins about to close out a 5-0 win at home over the Pirates. Top of the 9th down there. And a 2-2 to Guzman. We'll see if Manny Acta starts the runner here with 1 out. Josh Willingham is not a bona fide base stealer, but he's a good base runner. And I would think Manny expects Guzman to put the ball in play here. Try to steal another run if he can gap one or get it down a line. Josh is going. There is the swing and the miss. And with the ball turning shortstop Escobar around, Josh Willingham will get the steal, his 2nd of the year. Well, it's about time he stole 2nd. His only other steal was 3rd.
Well, Josh decides to throw another stolen base into his portfolio, and there you see Escobar catch the throw. Now on McCann, he's got to step towards the third base side, try to make this throw as Christian Guzman swinging the bat. And actually his spike caught, so hopefully he's fine.
He's in scoring position with 2 outs.
Reaching behind his leg.
Josh Bard 1 for 3 with a double last time. It set up the Nats for a run in the 6th. He's been swinging a lot early in the count lately. He'll take that breaking ball for a strike. That's with their first look at Chris Medlin. Then he goes change up and misses.
Whoa, 500 for the Nats. Very nice.
Sweet. Braves have stranded 6. The Nationals have left 8. And that's just because they've had so many hits and so many opportunities. One to Bard, who's driven in 15 runs. Counts in his favor now. Target away. Pulled the string on him. 2-2.
Really nice changeup on that last pitch. Very nice. 345 runners in scoring position. 13 ribbies. 3 doubles.
A lot of extra base hits for Josh this year. 11 of them. That fastball blown by him, set up by the changeup. The Nats strand a runner. They've left 9. It's into the 8th. 4-1. Nats lead 4-1. Good pitching, good defense today. Coors Light Freeze Camp brought to you by the world's most refreshing beer, Frost Brewed Coors Light. Nyjer Morgan getting a steal, later scoring a run. He doubled and robbed the beauty of the day, that play in center.
Yeah, he can generate offense, but his defense is what we really were after. And the Freeze Camp catches him, making an over-the-shoulder tremendous catch to save some runs. And Scott Olson knows it. Coors Light Freeze Camp. Give that man a silver bullet.
Well, how about 6 more outs? Then we'll give him one. Here's Prado, 2 walks and 2 doubles and a walk today. And Olson stays away from him. Walked him on 4 pitches last time.
Yeah, let's see him battle this guy. Make some pitches on this dude. He's 2 for 2 off you. You don't want to leave that where it is. Walk him.
Olson's only given up 5 hits today. The way Mr. Prado's going, if he doesn't swing, it's not a strike. 6-game hitting streak, 13 for his last 24. There's a strike. Three and 1. Fills the count. 3-2. Prado doing what he needs to do here, taking pitches, trying to get on base. The Braves are down by 3. 2, 3, and 4. Chipper is next. This guy is something else. And so's that guy who almost makes the catch. A play at second.
Got him.
He is out.
Sweet.
Prado trying to steal 90 extra feet. And Nyjer Morgan gets his 7th outfield assist of the year. How many center fielders would have even challenged that ball to try to catch it?
I have not seen an outfielder since Andrew Jones that can attack the baseball like this guy. Nyjer Morgan knocks it down, gets up, knows this guy's going to try to go for 2. Terrible decision on the part of Prado right there. Top of the 8th inning being thrown out there with the first out at second base.
Nyjer Morgan knew as soon as he did not make that catch, the runner might be going. He didn't know for sure until he turned around, and he played it aggressively and beautifully. And here's Chipper, the way you won him with the bases empty. And now Zimmerman will take one away from him.
Here's your all-star. Nice play.
You know, they say defense is contagious. I know that's hitting, but it sure seems the other way around. The way this team's going.
Let's check Nyjer out again, Bob. First of all, it short hops the glove, but at least he keeps it in front of him. He's able to get up, make a play, and a strong throw to second. Look at how quickly he rolled over.
That's athlete right there.
Yeah.
McCann now 2 outs, bases empty. And you hope that's the last gasp of the Braves today. A crippling base running play for them. Bases empty, 2 outs. And now it's Scott Olson's job to get McCann. He's retired him 3 times in a row, and he's broken his bat the last 2. Ricky Nolasco and the Marlins just closed out a 5-0 win over the Pirates. Look at the Nats. Elijah Dukes in Syracuse with 10, and Morgan just got number 7. Ricky Nolasco gave up no runs on 3 hits in 8 innings to the Pirates today. And so Florida will stay no further than a game back of the Phillies, who lead 2-0 in the 8th inning at home against the Mets.
I'm telling you, Bob, knowing, and I played with a fantastic center fielder, knowing you have a center fielder out there that can run stuff down, you will challenge more hitters.
And he walked him on a 3-2 with 2 outs.
I thought he went on a swing.
A breaking ball. So the Nats can't breathe easy just yet. The bullpen is busy. Escobar the hitter, but he's 0 for 3 today. Joe Beimel and Julian Tavares. Olsen's at 93 pitches with 2 outs in the 8th. Big, strong shortstop, this kid. He's put a lot of hurt on the Nats the last few years. First pitch, changeup, up and away. That'll even the count. There's some of that damage. Escobar in this series 2 for 8, but he has driven in 2 runs and walked 3 times. A 2-1 pitch. Another changeup.
He may be getting a little bit tired. Starting to leave the changeups up a little bit.
You figure.
First full count in this inning of the game.
Garrett Anderson, being a left-hander, might keep Olsen in this game.
Well, you got Beimel loose. Beimel's ready out in the bullpen.
2 walks. Well, you hate to see him ended like that. Olsen's been so aggressive all day. It looks like Manny's going to give him another hitter. No, here he comes. Seven and 2/3. And Olsen walks his 4th and 5th men of the game here in the 8th inning. You're about to hear a great ovation for a starter who's been very good now twice in a row. Pitched well enough to win at Florida on Monday. And evidently did a selling job on the skipper and said, let me finish this thing. If you talk your manager out of taking you out of the game, you need to back it up real quick.
Now Manny has confidence. Olsen took him this far. He wants him to get out of this inning.
Garrett Anderson 0 for 3 today. Looked like a swing.
Nice.
Jerry Lane says it was.
Oh yeah. Speeding right through that zone.
Nats fans clapping for the 3rd out here. Strike 2 on a breaking ball. Our fans are understanding what's going on here. They're seeing some great pitching. Again, after John Lannon yesterday. And pitch number 101, low and outside.
Well, he tried to take something off the breaking ball right there, and that's not what he's been doing all day. Even if he drops down a little bit, roll this all the way across the zone on a breaking ball down in the dirt. I think you'll get him.
Swing and a miss. And the 8th inning is over. Better to walk off the mound with the manager in the dugout than the skipper on the hill. Well done, Scott Olsen. at least if he has anything to do with it. We'll see as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Hopefully Craig Stammen will be deep into the ballgame tomorrow night at Coors Field in Denver. Coming off an outing in Florida where he struggled at times, knocked in a couple of runs with his bat, and Jason Marquis leads the National League in wins. When that kid's going right, he has one of the better sinkers around. Coverage begins at 8 p.m. We're in the Mountain Time Zone tomorrow night with Nats Extra, hosted by Johnny Holiday and Ray Knight. Is he going to bat, or is this a decoy?
The bullpen's not going. I think he's just going to stay with him as poorly as the bullpen has pitched, Bob, and McDougal's pitched a lot lately.
And he had a long inning last night.
Yep. I've said this and I'll say it again. Sometimes the best pitcher you have is your starter. Why do you go to the bullpen? And he can just go up and bunt over Belliard now.
Yeah, he can sacrifice and get off the field. Ronnie Belliard on base 3 times today, and 4 of his last 5 times, counting his pinch hit single yesterday. So Rafael Belliard's distant cousin is hurting Rafael's old team, the Braves, here.
I played against Rafael. He is just as scrappy as Ronnie.
Scott Olsen 2 for 3 today. Foul on the bunt. Not to be overlooked here, even though the Braves have the bottom of the order coming up. That's a big run sitting out there when you're ahead by 3. Belliard back quickly. Medlin obsessed with him right now. Ronnie hasn't attempted a steal this year, but he's trying to keep him close for the bunt. Braves know how important this run is. Oh, that's beautiful. Scott Olsen, what else are you going to do today? 2-4 on the sacrifice.
Oh, and they like it here.
Here's Niger Morgan. We'll see if he can chase Ronnie Belliard home.
Bob, there's the Exmo. Basically a picture perfect bunt. You have to be a shock absorber with the bat. Give yourself up. That's what a sacrifice is. Move your man to second base.
That's the 28th of his career and his 4th this year. Morgan, and the ball is through Casey Kotchman. Belliard scores. Morgan scoots to second, and the Nationals lead 5-1.
Oh yeah.
Putting the ball in play and putting pressure on the Braves.
That man is breaking the law. You cannot teach speed. Gets it by Kotchman. A lot of guys would be happy with an RBI single. Not our Niger Morgan. That's Niger right here. Turn it up a notch. Boom. He smells double. Very nice.
His first RBI is a Nat. Oh, and the throw right into him. Man, that almost drilled him.
You had your chance. Leave him alone.
How did Escobar catch that ball?
I don't know. Here's the attempted pickoff right here. They think Niger may go to third, and whoa.
The ball right over his helmet. Nick Johnson drove a run in last time with an opposite field single. Fastball on the corner. 14 Washington hits. Do we have to leave town? This is starting to get fun. Nationals trying to win their 6th home game in their last 10. And a good take upstairs by Nick. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And Niger's got a nice 3-hit day too.
No, he doesn't mind getting the uniform dirty. Mike Wallace, our clubhouse guy, has a busier job now with Niger Morgan on the team.
Just look at the lead he gets off second, though. Yeah. We don't have anybody who tries to get the pitcher to focus more on him than the batter.
Yeah. Guys with blinding speed are a nuisance no matter what base they're on, even if it's not a stealing situation. He's trying to get as far as he can in case there's a base hit. 2-1 to Nick. Changeup, a good one.
Well, and some of the best base stealers that I've talked to always talk about taking one step and diving back. And if you have a really good lead, you just take one step and dive back. That's a very good lead. Some guys will be 2 feet off the bag, meaning one step, one step. He's about 4 or 5 steps off the bag.
Nick Johnson pulls it. Casey Kochman knocks it down to the pitcher. 2 outs. Sometimes the forward drive of the game is a base hit. And the Nats got on the board, Rob, with a Ryan Zimmerman all-star caliber opposite field.
Well, it's huge, Bob, to score early right there. And Niger, who got on base with an early single, is driven in by his teammate, new all-star, or newly minted Ryan Zimmerman all-star. But situational hitting, it's something Manny Acta had a closed-door meeting to talk to the players about. The last few days, they've just been stroking the ball all over the ballpark.
Ryan trying to deliver here in the 8th inning. Be nice to see the all-star bookend this game with RBIs. That was a changeup to a right-hander down and in 2-0.
That's a changeup again.
It was. Ryan thinking there's no way a right-hander's going to throw me 2 changeups.
Well, we're seeing a young man. Probably one of the reasons Bobby Cox and Roger McDowell love him so much. You got to have guts to throw that and confidence, and he's got a little bit of both. You're a rookie to throw that changeup to an all-star third baseman.
2-1. That's a fastball that misses up and away.
And I like the way McCann and Medlin are working. You slow it down, the guy's thinking, oh, change up 82, then you speed it up again. Very difficult to speed that bat back up.
Mets, by the way, losing at Philadelphia again today, 2-0. That game just over. Zimmerman takes a high strike. Jimmy Rollins, Chase Utley with home runs. And that's all Joe Blanton needed. So the Phillies are 5 over 500. Adam Dunn next if this 8th inning continues. A 3-2 with Morgan at third. Breaking ball, see ya. Nats get a run. It's a big one in the 8th. They leave a runner. They've left 10. And Southwest Airlines. Book your next trip at southwest.com. What a day for Nyjer Morgan here in our nation's capital on a very special weekend. 3 hits, an RBI, a steal. Rob Dibble has been all over the yard today.
Well, the first couple of games he was all over the place defensively, and he scored a couple of runs, and then today he's really contributing with the bat, but also with the glove. That great catch over the shoulder, and then this one just moments ago, knocking down the Prado single that tried to get a double out of. He threw him out. And then that double RBI driving in Ronnie Belliard after the sacrifice by Scott Olson, I may add. Playing some small ball, the Nationals. We like that.
So here's Scott in the 9th inning against Matt Diaz. 1 for 3. And it's strike 2 on the foul ball. Nationals shore up the outfield defense with Austin Kearns in right field. Nyjer Morgan's not going anywhere, but Willie Harris is playing next to him in left. You better hit one hard to gap one out there.
Let's not test it. Let's not even try it. Let's get some weak ground balls. Strikeouts.
7, 8, 9 for the Braves here. Diaz, he'll jack one to left center. Willie Harris can't get there. Ball's up against the wall. Morgan retrieves it. And Matt Diaz continues to swing a great bat. And you better hit it to the track to gap one between those two guys.
Too much of the plate right here. Too good of a hitter, and Matt Diaz, who's swinging a hot bat. One hops the wall. Got to forget about him. That'll get the bullpen going again.
Nats lead by 4. Casey Kochman, the hitter. He's 1 for 3 today. Belliard plays deep. Remember, Kochman scorched a line drive at him earlier. So Ronnie's about 4 steps onto the right field grass. A chopper left side. Long throw for Guzman. Yes! He made it look ridiculously easy.
That's why you should be voting for Christian Guzman.
And the next hitter will be Brooks Conrad, the rookie, who was the Braves' hero with the pinch hit home run Friday night.
This is just a beautiful play going towards Zimmerman. He throws across his body. Knows he's got plenty of time, so if I make a good, accurate, strong throw, I've got Kochman. 1 out.
Conrad got a start yesterday from Bobby Cox and had a base hit. And the count's even. Change up. Finals starting to roll in now. We told you the Marlins have won. The Phillies have won. Olsen trying to close it out here at Nationals Park in Washington, D.C. Bob Carpenter, Rob Dibble, Debbie Taylor, Masson HD today. 1 out in the 9th. And a pop-up straight back. He threw 109 pitches at Arizona earlier this year. Top of the order, McLouth next. Olsen may have to retire Conrad to be around for that at bat. Throws him a strike and gets a fly ball to center. Morgan is after it, and that means he's going to get there. 2 outs.
Come on, we'll start calling him Allstate because you're in good hands with Nigel Morgan. Man. Yeah. He almost outran that ball. He had to stop. Outstanding.
Fun to watch. Lefty-lefty matchup coming up. Josh Bard may want to just give him a breather here. Okay, buddy, you got us through 26 of them. How about one more? Nate McLouth 1 for 4 today. And a high strike. And a breaking ball. And McLouth drills one to right center. It's going to be a 5-3 game. And it's not over just yet because Chipper Jones is 2 hitters away. Going to be pretty tough for Manny to stay in the dugout now. Yeah, some of the fans are booing, but Rob, you cannot leave him out there any longer.
No, he's pitched a whale of a ball game. Manny knows it. Manny was trying to get him the complete game. More about building confidence, and I'll tell you, this franchise is going to be built off their starting pitching in the future.
Scott Olson has never pitched a complete game. Last night, walking 2 in the 9th, but none of the Braves could get a hit against him. So it's his chance now to get a save with 1 out. All he needs to get. He'll have to face Martin Prada, who's had 3 hits today. And if you don't want it to go beyond there, of course, but Chipper Jones will be lurking. So for McDougal, a chance for his 5th save as a Nat.
Boy, that Nate McLouth is tough.
Yeah. They got good hitters in this lineup. They don't always hit for power. But they put some great swings on the ball, as we talked about after the game on Friday night.
I'm just thinking an outfield of Jason Bay, Niger Morgan, and Nate McLouth. And Xavier Nady.
Well, it could be worse. You could be living in Pittsburgh thinking that.
That's true.
First pitch strike, ever important. Martin Prado, 7 for 13 in this series. McDougal gets ahead 0-2. 97.
Now walk the ladder on this guy.
Well, no reason to throw one anywhere near his wheelhouse here. We'll start the signs again. And when Mike overthrows the fastball, it usually skips low and away and gets away from the catcher. Just holds on a little too long.
Well, he speeds up his mechanics a little bit, and when you speed up, the front shoulder opens up, the gate opens up, and your arm can't follow quick enough, and that's why you leave it where it is. Just trying to play catch up. Just let it go. Oh, nice pitch. I think that was a 92 slider. Or a cut fastball.
That's a lot of velocity on anything that's anywhere near a breaking pitch.
But this guy is so hot. You've got to change the eye level. Do something different. He's been hitting pitches inside all day. A couple of doubles on breaking balls down and in.
Base hit. And Chipper Jones will represent the tying run. He'll be batting left-handed. 280 this year with 4 homers from the left side. And nothing, of course, comes easy for the Nationals this year.
Well, you got to know who you're facing. And Prado, as you said, 7 for 13. Now he's 8 for 14 in this series. Swinging a hot bat. Got to do something a little different to get some of these good hitters out.
On the corner to Chipper.
Great movement on that last pitch. Watch this ball break away from Chipper on Northrop Grumman's pitch track. Woo!
Switch hitters of all time, batting average well over 300. 0 for 2 today with a walk and a sac fly.
Ooh, he wanted to call it. Well, pitch broke so much, maybe broke off the strike zone, but there.
Nationals within a strike of a win for the second time here. $22,677 today. They've seen quite a game. Close was that. And Prado now will be running on the 3-2 pitch. According to the pitch track, the
Just
top of the ball, got the bottom of the zone.
Well, you're looking at a future Hall of Famer standing up there at the plate. A lot of times they'll give him calls.
3-2 pitch. And Chipper just got a piece of it.
What?
And somebody hits the fireworks switch on a foul ball.
It's unbelievable.
Three-two again. Now McCann will represent the lead run. Brian McCann is 0 for 3 today with a walk. He's the 7th man to bat here in the 9th inning. And this is looking a lot like McDougal's 9th inning yesterday. McCann, a ground ball to Nick Johnson. Finally, the 9th inning is over. The Nationals beat the Braves 5-3. They win the series, and it's their 3rd home series win of the year, 2 of them over Atlanta.
Well,